Guys, and welcome back to Dedicated Deeper Homeschooling. Now, today I've been seeing, even though the summertime is here, I've been seeing a lot of parents that's basically getting into homeschooling and they really don't know what they want their schedule to look like, or they're so used to their kids going to school, your regular brick and mortar school, and then they're changing over, and so they think that every minute of the day their kids need to be doing something. Or maybe your family is new to homeschooling and you're just going by the traditional methods in which you remember the way you used to do things in school. So I came up with a sample schedule just to show you guys. Now, before I change my screen over, I want to let you guys know that you and your kiddos, your family, don't have to be doing something every minute of every day. I understand for each state there's a certain number of hours and a certain number of days that your kiddo is required to be learning something. Now, what you guys have to think about is in school, whether it was back when you went to school, or if your kids were in a school, in a brick and mortar school, and came over to homeschooling. When anyone is in school, they are never doing something for every second, every minute, every hour of their day while they're in school. You have to give you, your child, and your family breathing room. Homeschooling is not to basically bog you down with 1,000 different things to do. And there's so many different types of homeschooling. Now, if you are a family and you're coming from a regular brick and mortar school, a lot of families like to do unschooling. So this basically just where you and your kiddos take a cool down. Everything that they have learned, everything they have done, is basically giving them time to take a breather. So all of the knowledge and all of the things, people do unschooling different ways. Now, if you look up the definition, you will see totally different definitions. But let me get off of that, because I can create another podcast for next week on that topic. But basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is every minute of every hour, you don't have to be doing something. Now, I blew my screen up for you guys and I'm gonna show you guys. Let me switch over here. Now, I blew it up pretty big. If you guys see up top, is at 150, which it should be around 100. But I did this and I have it on my website for you guys, so I will pin it in the comment section below. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, some families, they may get up and they may only want to do, their homeschooling Monday through Thursday and call Friday some type of recoup day, like just basically learning everything from the week and taking some time to sit back and chill. Now, if you guys see, I got every day of the week. This first one says morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, you don't have to follow anything that anyone else does. Some families wake up early, some families get started later on in the day. This is just a sample. Now, if you guys can see here, everything for every day is pretty much the same thing. You wake up, get ready for the day. If you like to put your kids on clothes, or if you just like to want to take that time to prepare them, for getting up for the day, you can do that. 8:30, it can be around breakfast time. That's when everyone sits around, eat, or you guys go your own separate ways, as long as everyone gets something in their tummy. Okay, around 9 o'clock, you may want to do some physical exercise and activities. or you may want to go outdoors and do something. But if you are like me and my family, we just basically stay in. We may do some type of computer time if we just are not into the physical activities at that time. Now, we do get physical activities in, but most of the time it's not this early in the time. Now, you can also, around certain times, just say you don't want to do physical activities around 9 in the morning. You can sit around and just get ready for the day. Let them get prepared for the day. Now, book time, it can be anywhere from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, this is when you can start off, make sure they've had something good to eat for breakfast, not anything sugary, because then they're on a sugar high, just like you would, and want to just constantly move around. Now, if that's your thing, moving around and doing your lesson plan. Remember, homeschooling is always tailored to what you and your family want to do at the time. That's one of the reasons why I decided to do it. Now, from 9:30 to 12, you can choose to focus on any subject of your choosing. You can do math, language arts, science, and social studies at different times, or either you can just do one in a day. So, for instance, if you see here under Tuesday, math is here, Wednesday, language arts, Thursday is science, and Friday is social studies. So however you want to break things up, or with this being Monday, you can start math on Monday, ELA on Tuesday, science on Wednesday, social studies on Thursdays, and Fridays you just basically do a reflection with them on what they learned in each subject. So it's more of a chill day, so you won't feel like you're putting so much on them at the end of the week. Some people like to do it at the beginning, some people like to do it at the end. It's just all in how you do it. Now, from 12 p.m. to 1, that can be a lunch break. You have a whole hour to sit around, eat, do what you want to do for that hour. Remember, I keep constantly telling you guys, you don't have to follow a schedule like anyone else does. I see a lot of people in Facebook groups saying, well, this is my detailed schedule on how we're going to do things. Well, you don't know if an appointment is going to come up. You don't know if you're just, you just may not feel like it that day. Your kid may not feel like it at that day. Homeschooling is always what you make it out to be. And you never want to make it seem like it's something that's forced, because it should be something that's on the more relaxing, and it can be structured or unstructured side. Now, in the afternoon activities, you can have hands-on activities or projects that relates to things like art, music, or practical skills like cooking, gardening, different things of that sort. So if your kiddo have something that they're really into doing, like for instance, my daughter, she loves art, so we may want to draw. And that's from 1 to 2:30. So there's basically some chill time, and you could listen to some music while your child is doing their art. Just say, for instance, me and my daughter, so just say while she's doing her art, I could turn some music on and we could talk a little bit more about art and music. Or maybe we feel like going outside and doing some gardening. And when you do something like planting flowers or vegetables, fruits, or something like that, you basically can go in on the scientific side and say, okay, this is a seed, the outer coat is this is what the seed does, this is how it has to be planted, and this is the why. So you can always add your educational spin on the things that you are doing. Now, from 2:30 to 4, if you feel like it, This is when you can add any elective subjects in or your extracurricular activities in. Now, this could be a foreign language, sports, music. It could be anything. For instance, me and my daughter, we have been on Duolingo trying to learn Spanish. So that's what it can be. You can have workbooks if that's what you want to have. Now, I'll be going into detail on curriculums and things of that sort in the up and coming weeks, because a lot of people are confused on curriculums, and a lot of people feel like homeschooling should be free, which it can be, but you have to put more effort into the things that you are doing. Now, if you want to do the paid side of finding curriculums, it does make things a little bit easier for you, because you're buying a curriculum and you're putting it in front of them. But to each his own. Now, from 4 p.m. to 6:30, basically this can be free time. As you guys can see here, from 4 to 5:30, this can be free play. They can deal with hobbies or just reading independently. Now, one big thing of mine, and this has been ever since my kids were like 2 and 3, when they started being able to talk, they started reading. They started learning how to read, basically, for at least 30 minutes of a day, 30 minutes to 45 minutes of a day. Your kids should be doing some type of reading Monday through Friday, even on the weekends if it is possible. If your child don't like reading, you guys can go back and forth, because this is how me and my daughter started. Basically, I read a paragraph, she read a paragraph, she read a sentence, I read a sentence. Change of voices, step into the roles, whatever you have to do to make them get into reading, that's what you should do. Reading is everything when it comes to learning and functioning in today's society. I don't care if a computer is there or not. Find a fun and healthy way to help them learn how to read, because the older they get, the harder it's gonna get. Now, I know a lot of people like stepping into the sides of ELA and them knowing their nouns and adjectives and different things, verbs and different things of that sort. But how will they know any of that if they don't know how to read? Reading is super crucial. If you guys don't know, here in the state of Tennessee, they are holding back third graders. They were holding back second graders the year before, just because they did not know how to read. Take that time, or take some time, to teach your kiddos how to read. Now, if you go down a little bit further, from 5:30 to 6:30, this is when it can be movie nights or some type of game, board games and different things of that sort. Or you can just basically start winding down. So whatever you do in your regular day, just start winding down for the evening. I know a lot of people that put their kids to bed. Some is around 6:30, some is around 7. My kids go to bed a little bit later than that, but it all depends on you. Now, from 7 to 9 p.m., it can be dinner time, followed by getting in the tub or bedtime, different things of that sort. Settling down, reading stories, and it can be lights out after that. So however you normally do things, that's the way you want to do things. Homeschooling, you never want to change up what you are used to doing, and you don't want to make a drastic change. you can change up some things, but you don't want to make a drastic change to where your child starts to hate whatever it is that you're trying to get them to do. So you want to make homeschooling interesting and a little fun for them. You don't want to make it where everything is just doom and gloom. No one wants to learn in an environment that way. So I hope this helped you guys out a lot. And you see down here where I have no devices. Once their head hit the bed, hit the pillow, no devices are allowed. Now I like to do no devices after dinner time because it gives them that cool down time, and they won't be on this surge of adrenaline from watching something on their tablet or watching something on their phones. I'm not sure what the next podcast will be for you guys, but I thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with another one.